Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talksports here on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program as we look into talk sports, and interestingly we'll be starting with the home front as always. We saw beautiful actions in UEFA Champions League. 18 games were played yesterday. Some qualified for the round of 16, some qualified for the playoffs, and some were knocked off totally out of the UEFA Champions League. Beautiful games. We saw upsets also. We saw Coach Mourinho prove that he's still the special one, as he always calls himself, as he defeated Benfica. Benfica defeated Real Madrid 4-2 in a very dramatic fashion. It got to the point where Mourinho had to tell his goalkeeper, come out, the big guy, go further, go forward and see if you could get the decisive goal for us. And it all panned out the same way Mourinho planned it. Beautiful matchup there. We'll be having that conversation. Chelsea defeated Napoli 3-2, and also we saw Real Madrid, we saw Arsenal in a very, very interesting performance yesterday at the Emirates Stadium by winning 3-1. And then we'll have so much more happening in the world of sports. We'll be starting and then talking handball as Nigeria battle Guinea for handball World Cup tickets. But we'll be doing this immediately after this break. Stay with us.
When the final whistle blows, the real conversation begins. Welcome to Talksports, where the games doesn't just end, they are analyzed. From football to athletics, boxing to basketball, grassroots to the global stage, every sport, every angle, every story.
We ask the tough questions, break down the tactics, and sit face to face with the voices shaping the game.
Kamada. Bade, go!
Expect insightful interviews, expert opinions, and unfiltered banter that keeps it real. This is where passion meets perspective, where facts meets fire, where fans, players, and pundits speak the same language.
Matters in sports, we talk it. Talk Sports, in-depth, interactive, unstoppable.
This runs weekdays, Mondays through Fridays, 10 a.m. and Saturdays, 2 p.m. only on Global TV on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276.
Yes, if you're just joining, this is Talksports here on Global Television. Now, let's get the conversation going. Nigeria battle Guinea for handball World Cup tickets. Nigeria's Golden Arrows will revive their bid for a place at the 2027 IHF Men's Handball World Cup Championship when they face Guinea later today at the BK Arena in Kigali, Rwanda, in the fifth to finish eighth place semi-finals of the 2027 African Men's Handball Championship. The encounter represents Nigerians' final route to global qualification after they failed to reach the semi-finals of the continental tournament, which serves as the Africans' qualifying event for World Cup Championship in Germany. While the top 4 nations secure automatic tickets by reaching the semi-finals, a fifth berth will be decided through a placement match involving Nigeria, Guinea, Morocco, and Angola. Nigeria dropped into the placement round after consecutive defeats in the main round, having opened the championship with 3 straight victories in preliminary phases. Their momentum stalled with a 27-24 loss to Angola before the heavy one 48-22 defeat by the defending champions Egypt on Tuesday. Confirmation that their exit from the semi-final race. That result came despite Nigerians entering the final group stage with hopes following Algeria's earlier failure to beat Angola, which meant victory over Egypt would have kept the Golden Arrows in a contention for the top 2 finishes. Instead, the 9-time champions asserted their dominance for the outset, racing into a 24-10 first half lead and maintaining control throughout the second period. And later today, we'll be seeing if the Nigerian team, the Green Arrows, will redeem themselves and defeat Guinea and advance and clock a ticket for themselves ahead of the IHF male World Cup Championship that will be coming up in Ghana. So we'll be looking at how all of that will be panning out quickly, and also will bring you updates of more developing stories in this qualification race. So moving on now, talking MPFL, Musa targets as Abia Nasarawa suffers title blow. Former Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa struck the decisive goal as Kano Pillars boosted their survival hopes, while Abia Warriors and Nasarawa United suffered damaging home draws in Nigerian Premier Football League title race. This happened on March Day 23, which was just last night. Musa scored in the 72nd minute at the Sani Abacha Stadium to hand Kano a 1-0 victory over Katsina United, a result that lifted Sani Musa Gida to the 18th place and provided a timely boost after a difficult campaign marked by a 3-point deduction earlier this season. The win propelled them to their highest league position since September and came with 15 matches still on to play, even though Pillars have played more games than several relegation rivals, including Kwara United, who sits a point behind the 19th with 2 games in hand. In Umuahia, we saw Abia Warriors miss the chance to move into the second place after being held to a 1-1 draw by Wiki Tourist. Chukwemeka Obioma, the 2022-2023 NBFL Golden Boot winner, puts the host ahead early in the second half, but former Abia forward Tashir Abubakar returned to haunt his old club with a swift equalizer 5 minutes later. The draw point kept Abia third on 38 points, 2 ahead of Ikorodu City, who hosts Shooting Stars in the Southwest Derby later today, still with a chance to climb as high as second position. That's why United also failed to capitalize at the home, surrounded a lead in a 1-1 draw against Ayimba in Lafia. So we're bringing you the highlights quickly as it's looking to that's why United had a very, very good game already. They had a very excellent game, but still they found it very hard to find the back of the net, as at yesterday. Ayimba came decisive, built properly from defense, and also had a very good control of the ball in the midfield. And in football, any team that gets total control of the midfield dictates the pace and how the game goes at the end of the day. So we saw that yesterday, and Ayimba who got a win away from home. So quickly, let me give you the highlights between Nasarawa United and Ayimba. All right, now moving on, that's just the penalty that led to the goal that was scored. So moving away from that, now let's talk CAF, African Cup of All Nations 2025. CAF announced punishment for Hakim Tiwon, Senegal, Morocco. So finally, I think I'm about to rest now that this sanction is out for Senegal and most especially Morocco, as well as Hakim and other guys too that deserve to be sanctioned and punished by CAF. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, has announced penalties for Senegal, Morocco, and several players and officials after the 2025 African Cup of Nations finals. The disciplinary board explained it was punishment rule violation, including unfair play, disrespect, and lack of integrity during and after the game. Senegal's coach Pep Bruno Taiwan has been banned from 5 CAF matches and fined $100,000 for his bad behavior. 2 Senegalese players, Islam Chike and Byron Nadia and Ismail Sarr, were also banned for 2 matches for each, showing disrespect to the referee. The Senegalese Football Federation was fined $300,000 for the behavior of fans. They were also fined $300,000 for the improper conduct of players and staff. Additionally, the federation was also fined $15,000 because 5 of their players were booked during the game. Morocco's defender and Africa's #1 player of the year, Hakimi, was banned for 2 matches, with one ban lasting a year. Midfielder Ismail was banned for 3 matches and also a fine of $100,000. The Moroccan Federation was fined $200,000 for poor behavior by stadium ball boys during the finals. They were also fined $100,000 for their players and staff disrupting the VAR review and stopping the referee. An extra $15,000 on penalties was given for Morocco's fans using laser during the game. So I think I can rest now because of all of these punishments and all of these fines that have been given to this team. So next time, all the countries that would host will be able to, scrutinize their officials properly, so as we cannot be seeing reactions like this. And again, another thing that will make me vex properly is when CAF reversed the statement of banning a towel for goalkeepers during CAF games. So with all of these sanctions now, sanctions running into millions of dollars, I think it would help all of these teams, calm their knives very well and also have a proper mindset to go and compete and play football fairly. But looking at the officiating too of the refs, we hadn't seen or heard of any, if there's any form of punishment that will be done for those officials based on how they officiated. But at the end of the day, I think so far I'm satisfied with what CAF has done. So the icing on the cake now would be when they would decide not to ban the use of towel for goalkeepers. So moving on now, let's talk the big story. Champions League, 12 teams eliminated from the competition. These 12 teams that have been eliminated from the season's Champions League have been confirmed immediately after the matchup. This follows the conclusion of the group phase on Wednesday night. They are Carrot, Villarreal, Seville, Progrès, Frankfurt, Ajax, Copenhagen, Napoli, Athletic Club, and PSV. Others are Marseille, Pafos, and Union Saint as well. Marseille narrowly lost out on qualification after Benfica scored a late goal in their 4-2 win over Real Madrid. Those are teams that finished between 25th and 36th on the log. They will also not play in another European competition like Europa, as the rules have also changed. Still talking Champions League. Now let's look at all of the teams that have qualified for the round of 16. That's talking about the knockout playoffs. The group phase of the season's Champions League was concluded last night. All 18 matches were played simultaneously across Europe. In the end, Arsenal confirmed the top spot with a 3-2 win over bottom side Carrot. Bayern Munich beat PSV to finish second. The other 6 teams that earned automatic spot in the Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting, and Manchester City clubs that finish between 9th and 24th will go into the knockout playoffs. Those are Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle United, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Atlanta, Bayern Leverkusen, and Borussia Dortmund, Olympiacos, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, Monaco, Kreuzberg, Bodo Glimt, and Benfica. These individuals will go log it out at the players, and the draw for the will take place this Friday. Don't miss Champions League. We'll see lots of things that will be happening much later, and again we'll be expecting to see these draws. Now look at the proposed teams that Arsenal, Chelsea, Barcelona will play in the round of 16 as they are being reviewed. Some of these possible matchups in the Champions League round of 16 are will be revealed, and this follows the conclusion of the group stage match. Those assured automatic qualification are Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Manchester City, including Barcelona and Sporting. The team that will play Barcelona or Chelsea in the last 16 might be Monaco or Kreuzberg versus Paris Saint-Germain, or Newcastle. Potential clubs to play Liverpool or Tottenham in the last round of 16 should be Club Brugge or Galatasaray versus Juventus or Atletico Madrid as well. The team that will play Sporting or Manchester City in the last round of 16 would be Bodo Glimt or Benfica versus Real Madrid or Inter Milan. Okay, looking at our potential clubs to play Arsenal or Bayern Munich in the last round of 16, Dortmund, Olympiacos or Atlanta, or we also see Bayern Leverkusen in those mix. The playoffs draw will take place at 11 a.m. Later on tomorrow. So this is just what, from our own research, this is what we've been able to figure out, and that is how the draw might go. But still, when the draw comes out, we'll definitely bring that up to your notice. But quickly, let's get a quick glimpse of the highlights of the games that were played yesterday. We saw lots of actions yesterday, but let's just start off with that of Chelsea and Napoli, and then we'll play that of Manchester City, as well as others will also follow through. So for now, let's start off with that of Chelsea, and then we go to Man City and also Arsenal respectively.